Well, folks, I certainly hope those children are not real, because if they are, poor little things have been abandoned yet again so their parents can run away and try to convince the whole world that their marriage is not absolutely broken. The Daily Mail has gotten an exclusive that Harry and Meghan are seen strolling hand in hand on a romantic holiday on uber posh Canoe Island in the Grenadines. So they tell us that Meghan and Harry jetted, I'm sure by private jet, to the tiny island of Canoe following a week spent promoting mental health projects in New York City. They're reporting that after a week spent promoting mental health projects in New York City, Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Hypocrisy, jetted by private jet, I'm sure, to the tiny island. And a passerby, I'm guessing a paid-for paparazzo, snapped the pair leaving a gourmet food store inside the Sandy Lane Yacht Club and Marina in Glossy Bay on Friday. And we learned that the tiny Caribbean island is just 3 miles wide but has a reputation for being where billionaires go to escape millionaires due to its gorgeous sandy beaches and a handful of upscale resorts. If this is a place where billionaires go to escape millionaires, then what on earth are the gruesome twosome doing there? Those two are not billionaires? I mean, come on. So it looks like now, in addition to trying to convince us that they really are famous and that people really do like them, they're also trying to convince us they're a lot richer than they really are. There is no way those two are billionaires. Now, I know Meghan cannot stand the fact that Harry is not a billionaire, and that's exactly why she was trying to get with Gordon Getty before his family put a stop to it. But anyway, I guess now she figures that since she can't trick an old billionaire into marrying her, she'll just try to convince everybody that she and Harry are billionaires. Simple. Now let's remember, Meghan Markle is more than anything an incredibly superficial person. So for her, there is nothing more important than appearances. We've always got to keep that in mind. And I'm sure she's the one who picked this specific place for them to go to. She said, Harry, people are saying that we're running out of money. People are acting like we're poor. We can't let them think that. I've got a great idea. Let's go to this island that is for billionaires, and then everybody will believe that we're billionaires too. I know, thank you, Harry. It is a great idea, just like all my ideas. So, according to the bought and paid for source who spoke with the Daily Mail, they looked happy. As Harry walked out of the shop, he slightly bumped into one of the barrels outside, and they both giggled, and Meghan reached for his hand. They just looked very happy to be having a holiday together. Okay. Harry bumped into one of the barrels outside. Is he drunk already? And yeah, I'm sure Meghan's claw did grab onto his hand because that's what she always does. Gotta keep him in line somehow. And then the article lets us know Meghan and Harry had been shopping at Faye, an upmarket grocery store that bills itself as offering an exclusive selection of fresh seasonal organic products, from vegetables to cheeses, sweets, seafood, and exclusive meat cuts imported from France. Oh yeah, because remember, Meghan is such a foodie. Nothing but the best for her. Now, this could also go hand in hand with Meghan's plan to relaunch the TIG, or whatever her new online business venture is going to be. I have heard that she's going to be promoting lifestyle products similar to what Gwyneth Paltrow does, and I wouldn't be surprised, in fact, I would completely expect that food is going to be included in that. So she's got to remind us that she knows a lot about food. Even though she's skinny as all get out, we're supposed to trust that she knows what she's talking about. She's a foodie after all. And then, as you read on, rooms at the Mandarin Oriental start at $837 and rise to more than $9,000 a night. We learned that the Soho Beach House, oh, okay, the Soho Beach House, of course, it's $1,200 for its most luxurious room, and some members, like Meghan, get a discount and pay only $1,020 per night. Oh, such a generous discount. Meghan's so lucky to be a member of Soho House, isn't she? Well, it is where she made her money, after all. And then it goes into more detail about Meghan's connection to Soho House. Meghan has long been associated with the Soho House properties due to her long-standing friendship with Marcus Anderson, the lifestyle club chain's chief membership officer. It was Anderson, they remind us, who arranged a private room at Soho House in London for the Montecito-based couple's first date, while Meghan threw a low-key hen night ahead of her 2018 wedding at Soho Farmhouse in Chipping Norton, UK. I'm surprised they didn't include the time that Meghan spent working at Soho House as an escort. I thought that's how that date with Harry got arranged in the first place. Oh, is that not the story they're telling? Okay. I'm telling you guys, this article is just the weirdest thing I've ever come across because it's half PR puff piece for Meghan, and then half of it is basically like a travel brochure for this island. The whole thing makes no sense. I can't figure out who is behind this. But I can tell you right now, this is not an example of unbiased journalism, that's for sure. So then the article goes on to detail more about this fancy island that none of us are ever going to go to, before talking a little bit more about Harry and Meghan's trip to New York, which they insist went really well. So it says the eco-conscious pair who were staying at the Equinox Hotel in Hudson Yards did attract some flack for being driven a block in a 7-car convoy of gas-guzzling SUVs to the event, but otherwise enjoyed a smooth trip. Really? Did they though? I mean, last time I checked, they got a lot of flack for that little stunt, and I'm not sure so many people even showed up to hear them speak, so I'm not sure that we can really count that as a smooth trip, but whatever you say. And then they sum up the article with what Meghan said about being parents to invisible children, and they talk about Meghan and Harry's surprise visit to that school in Brooklyn. Yet another school visit they had no business doing, by the way. I was surprised, though, that there wasn't more mention of Archofficial and Invisibet. I mean, seriously, who was taking care of those two children? Is it Doria? I'm surprised Doria wasn't with them. It is weird how recently we had noticed that Doria was going everywhere with them, but lately, I don't think we've seen her. Was she in New York with them? I didn't see any photos of her. I have wondered if maybe Doria stepped out of line, maybe she did something to upset the all-powerful ruler of that house, Meghan Markle, and so now maybe she's locked in the chicken coop or the basement or wherever it is that Meghan puts her minions when they have upset her. The photo they have with this article also is hilarious. The one, I guess, where Harry's stumbling out of that place and bumped into a barrel. It looks like Meghan is trying to hold his hand or he's trying to hold hers. I can't even tell what's going on, to be honest with you, but they're not really holding hands, more like touching wrists. I guess at this point they really do hate each other so much they can't even stand to have their fingers intertwined. But maybe we're being too harsh on them. I mean, maybe they were just exhausted after those few days they spent in New York doing some work. I mean, it was so hard for them. They needed to escape for a few days. It's much like what happened after Invictus. They just had to go to Portugal and get away from it all. So maybe we should stop accusing them of trying to convince us that they're so in love still. Maybe we should just understand that they were tired. They needed to take a break. As working people, we should all understand that after a few days, even a week of really hard work, it's important to take at least a week off and go on vacation somewhere luxurious and pay $1,000 a night for your room. That is what ordinary people do, after all. And Meghan and Harry, like they have told us time and time again, they are ordinary people. They are relatable. Yeah, they have that Duke and Duchess title, but still, they're just like us. Just like us, except better, because they're really, really rich and they're really, really famous. If you don't take our word for it, just look. They have their pictures in all the magazines. Yeah, sure, they're paying people for that, but still, we couldn't do that. When are the two of them going to wake up and realize that flaunting their wealth in our faces is not going to make us love them? In fact, this very attitude is why people don't want to associate with them. It's why people don't like them. People are sick and tired of them, but I don't think they're ever going to realize it. And you, what do you think of the Gruesome Twosome's latest getaway? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. Before you go, don't forget to like and share this video with anybody else who would enjoy it, and please subscribe so that you don't miss a thing from Kate Middleton and the Queen channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be back to see you later in the next videos.